We've got another exciting week of hoops coming up, and I got the perfect way to get you even closer to the action on the court. Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code TBC. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-day game parlays for a shot at an even a bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. If sport betting is not yet available in your state, well, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes, all right? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code TBC and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code TBC only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we got a special guest in the building.
The future mayor of New York City.
That's right.
Man.
Joey Crack, ladies and gentlemen.
Crack,
Fat Joe.
Don.
Man, don't say that, man. I'm out the way.
No, you was doing dibbling dabbling. You was on the stage doing the rallies.
Yeah, but I would never. I'm not a politic. I would never be a politician. Hear me out.
You are, though, naturally, Joe.
Yeah, but a politician of hip hop, not a politician. Politician. I can't do it. Trust me, guys.
Your speech was great, though.
And people love you, Joe,
Yeah.
on both sides.
Nah, but
Was
I'm
it
not
Pennsylvania
doing
or Philly?
You know who
right?
hits me all the
Philly.
time? LL's wife, Simone, be like, "Yo, you got to run for mayor. You got to run for mayor." Joe, I'll be like, "Yo, you crazy? I'm not. I got nothing to do with that.
Sometimes people see things in you that you don't see in yourself yet,
I
Joe.
just fight for the people no matter what,
Word.
and that's it. I don't want to be in politics like that. Matter of fact, I might take 3 years off of politics right now. I'm discouraged.
3 years. How are you feeling? How are you doing, Joe?
I'm good, man. You know, it's a little tough. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of deaths lately, and sometimes that get to me, but I've been dealing with this so much in my life that I think I've been real strong. You know what I'm saying? So, all our friends been passing from Clark Kent to Fat Man Scoop to Chubby Baby to my man Percy to my brother last week. It's just
Raul last
overwhelming.
year.
Raul, like
Yeah.
that's it's it's on.
Are you dealing with
the
it?
devil
though?
working.
Are you dealing with it? How
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
good.
dealing with
I'm
it?
good. I'm good. I'm strong, man. I'm stronger than I thought I would be. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard when you got to tell your moms, her favorite son died, and I got to fly to Miami to tell her all that. Tell his son. It's really hard, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
I seen you
How
say
do
that
you-
yesterday.
how do
Yeah,
you
you
know
said
when
your
you-
favorite mom, like your mom's favorite son.
Yeah, how do you
I
know
ain't
that?
gonna lie. It's what it is. We knew that my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a favorite son. You know what I'm saying? And my mom's went up to the casket. So my mom, she's a cancer survivor, so she talks with the machine. And the thing she was saying to my brother before we buried, it was crazy. She was like, you come back to life. I would want to be your mother again. Like, it was just crazy. It was crazy. But, we keep it moving. We got an album coming out on Friday. The world changed on me. I'm so proud of that work. You know what I'm saying? So proud of that.
How
work.
has the world changed for you?
You see what's going on out
Yeah.
here. It's like I'm the last ungentrified MC. My music gangster. My daughter be like, "Yo, but Dad, look at what you said." I'm like, "Yo, I'm not gonna buy a new Ice Cube album and he gonna talk about he a grandfather. Like, I want to hear him spit gangster. You know what I'm saying? So my music is ungentrified. It's like raw. It's gangster. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? We got something for everybody. And so, the world done changed every which way you could think about it. This ain't the same world we grew up in. You know what I'm saying? This is a real tough time. It's a tough time.
How has Fat Joe changed?
Fat Joe has changed where I stick to whatever's normal. My circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and unfortunately, sometimes people we love, we catch them doing things they ain't supposed to do, so we got to get them up out the way, and that's hard too. Being the boss pays the cost to be the boss. This is hard, being a leader, being the boss. when you got to regulate everything, and the way we move by loyalty and morally right. So we cleanse all that out the way. It's sad. Hey guys, financially I'm doing fantastic.
We know. We know, crack.
I'm doing just fine. Thank
Now,
God.
With the new project, you know, besides the Paradise joint, is very street. Now, did you want to keep it that way? Because you could have talked about a lot of the other things that you're going through. Like you were on the road for Kamala. You got your own show. You're
doing the Dick Clark New Year's Eve special.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, but still, man, I want, I am who I am musically. You know what I'm saying? And it's entertainment, and I like to make that type of music. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, I like to talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it's always been for me. So I don't want to change up for nothing. I want you to get it and be like, either you like, yeah, crack, or you like, damn, he's still talking crazy. You know, it's a vice versa. I remember the last project I put out with Dre. Nas had hit me up and was like, damn, first bar you talking about the coke. I'm like, yo, because you know, it's just because your status in society and all that, it starts making you question how you making your music. I grew up on real pure hip-hop, street hip-hop, gangster culture. I always say I was Young Jeezy before Young Jeezy. And so I'm going to talk my talk regardless, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't like to let, my family status or who I am now affect the purity of my music. I wanted to sound like Joey from 1993, Joey from 1995, Joey from 2000, 2004. Otherwise I can't do it. If you want me to sit up here and preach to you and be like, yo, this, that, Calvin should have won, and that's not what I'm doing.
And you love violence. I was watching an old Breakfast Club interview, and the way
a
you
crazy...
talk. No, he said it. That's what his word. He said, "I love violence."
I used to love violence. Now I got security.
That's a gentrified answer.
Now I got security.
But that's a smart answer, though.
Huh?
I said that, but so you said that you're the last ungentrified rapper, but when you answer questions like that, that's a great, smart, but gentrified answer, and that's where it should be. So why not?
Gentrified answer. It's I don't want to go to jail answer.
It's a smart answer.
Yes.
But why? So in the music, right? Like, why? What's wrong with like the rappers that are after you? What's wrong with them being the gentrified artist, or like, what is a gentrified artist then?
Well, meaning that. They asking me right now, like, yo, Joe, as many routes you could have went. Why is your album so hard?
Right.
That's who I am,
right.
And I'm not going to change. And so a lot of other artists, you know what I'm saying, they change when they get to my age or they from my era, their music sound different. Or they're talking about they used to have the bubble goose in front of the store in Queens.
Right.
I'm not used to
dated.
nothing. I'm popping right now. So I'm talking that shit right now. We popping right now, and it's a hard job. Let me tell you something. Stay popping all the way till you out of here. That's the goal. We don't. When Jada said, we don't want to hear about them old niggas that had it. Be the same old niggas that rat it. Right. Like we don't want to hear about you used to be popping. You had it fly. This, that. I'm not with that. I want to do this till it's over. You know what I'm saying? Be fly, pull up in Sables and Louis shit, and just. Every time you see me, you know what I'm saying? Even on a bummy day, I'm fly than everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But you say you don't like violence, Joe, but we hear stories.
I love violence, of yesteryear.
But no, we hear stories now.
I can't do nothing to nobody. No, you don't
What's the
hear
boxer
nothing.
name? Plant.
Yeah. He had it coming.
See what I'm saying?
No.
He had it coming.
Because the thing
He was
is,
up here. He said,
I could tell you the truth.
Okay.
Because he skipped out on the truth.
Okay.
I'm not to be played with. So let's be clear. I don't love violence and this and that. Just don't. I feel like, yo, bro, don't you know? Like, what's the problem? Like, you don't believe the stories? Don't you know?
Like a respect
what's
thing.
gonna happen to you? Respect me. I'm an elder. I'm an OG. I'm walking through minding my business. He come up on me because he want to fight Edgar Berlanga. So he's like, yo, man. He was talking crazy and jumping like almost like he wants to swing. Like this world, attention, viral, all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, he had a camera dude with him, and it just didn't go his way. You know what I'm saying? Because I let him know. I said, yo, bro, I can't tell you. I was like, yo, I'm.
He said, "How does
the network money just came?
No,
and
no,
gone.
yeah, no, no,
how does it feel having to
I
get off the
had
ground
to tell
3
him
times? Yeah.
because he was jumping up and down like he was ready to hook off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, bro, you will be eliminated if you punch me. You're gone, bro. Like, this ain't fighting. Not like you're gone. Like, this ain't like, and he stopped. Like, because it's very rare somebody tells you something in another way like that. Like in human life, when you tell somebody, yo, my man, do you know what this is? He was like, oh, wow.
So they glitching.
The troll is over. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was with my wife. I was with my daughter. He was very disrespectful, this guy. I understand his boxing and all that, but he came at me and he was going like acting like he I'm like, yo, bro.
Like he was about to spar.
You ain't punching Fat Joe. You're not punching Fat Joe. If you punch Fat Joe, you got some sort of a wish. You witch hunting. Like, it's going to be bad, bro. Because I'm one of them guys, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, he said.
Not now. I'm old, put a lot of work in the game. I'm well respected. I can't do it.
But respect will not be tolerated. Disrespect will not be tolerated.
Disrespect will not of any, I guess now you could diss me on Twitter. You could diss me on social media, because they diss me every day. I don't know. Do they diss you every day?
I don't look.
They do.
What?
Do they
I'm
diss
sure
you
they
every
do, but
day?
I don't look.
Every day, yeah.
I'm like every other day.
Oh, no, it's just me every day. If I want to feel horrible, I'll just throw on X. Like, fat fuck, your mother, do this and that. I'm like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that does for me is let me know that because, I'm a legend. People celebrate me in a different way, iconic, this, that. And so if you stay in that lane, you wouldn't realize that the danger's on the other side of the door. But the X lets me know, there's people who think this way.
All right.
We got to be careful. We got to watch what we do because, people tell you enough, you got to believe what they saying. So you be like, all right, cool, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see what it is. But other than that, I get nothing but love.
I was about to say, I don't think I've ever really heard somebody just playing with you like that. And you
No, that
resonate
guy
with so
played with
many
me. That's why I
ages of
had to
people.
stop him. There's a
Yeah.
way to make a guy do the electric boogie real quick. Like homeboy was like, yo, this. I said, bro. He looked at me, his whole face dropped. He's like, he never been told what I told him. And my daughter said, in real life, Dad?
In real life.
You talk to him like that in real life? I said, Ma, he was acting like he was gonna punch me in my face in front of all these people. We can't go for that.
Yeah, he said you told him, how does it feel having to get off the ground 3 times?
Yeah, you got knocked out 3 times. Why are you talking to me crazy? You just got knocked out 3 times. What are you talking about?
Word.
Yeah. What are you talking about? You want the smoke?
But that's a part of their, like, the new age of things. Like you said, there's the cameras, he's recording, and you resonate with so many different generations because of the stuff that you do.
No, I'm with it.
But how do you, it doesn't happen a lot, but in preparing to deal with that stuff, like, how do you prepare to deal with that? Because
I just don't really go out much.
Okay, because
What I do is I sit in my couch, I mind my business, I have security, former police officers. Like, we not going to trouble. We not getting in no type. Deal with them. Don't deal with me. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I never get approached like that or played with like that. This guy, I get it. It was boxing. He wants to go viral, whatever the case may be. You're not going viral. Even if you miss swinging on me, there's repercussions for that. I just want the respect that former godfathers had when I was coming up. Certain guys we knew not to play with. We just ain't play with them. Yo, this guy's with his wife, his family. Don't play with him. Right. Like, you want to play with him? Nah.
Now, you mentioned you with your daughter.
Yes.
Now, how is Fat Joe as a father?
You just asked me that behind
the scenes. And the reason I
am
asked,
the greatest father on earth.
But now your daughter's getting to the age where she's in college and she's going to start dating.
She's dating.
So I follow her on
how
Instagram
is
too.
Joey
so
Crack
fly.
as a father with a dating daughter?
I love this guy. I like him. I would have loved him if he wasn't dating my daughter. He's a beautiful guy. His family comes from a great family. And we love the kid. They grew up. We got pictures of them 2 years old. We on vacation with the family. And I noticed in all them pictures, he's standing next to Az. The whole time, he's in every pic, like 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. I'm like, yo, it's a beautiful guy. You know what I'm saying? I got mad love for him. But with my daughter, I'm really hands-on. You know what I'm saying? And people say that divorce doesn't affect families, but to me, it really does. No matter, you can lie and feel better if you want, but, a dad present, you know what I'm saying, takes it a long way. And we got to teach our daughters how to respect themselves and know that a man got to respect you. So I give my daughter everything so she can know whoever come up behind me, he got to do even better than that, or he got to respect the culture, whatever that's going on. And, I'm just from that school of, if I got it, we all got it. You know what I'm saying? So she's living a little house on the prairie. You know what I'm saying? Now you follow her on Instagram. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
She's always on the fashion blogs. Her and your wife, they're always on the blogs.
This girl, her and my wife, boy, let me tell you something. These people run it up. Legendary.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's why I'm still putting music out. That's why I'm trying to stream.
You're talking to your accountant.
What? I'm trying to stream.
Let me tell you,
No, my accountant, we call him Dr. Death.
The shoe, every detail be hitting.
Wow.
They call him Dr. Death.
I call him Dr. Death.
Why?
Nobody like to deal with the accountant.
Yeah.
Who love it? Like, who love when it's tax time?
Oh.
You sit down. I want to know the great American that loves it to sit down. And these accountants, they're numb. Like, if you go to a doctor tell you, yo, you sick, we got to fight for your life. He does 20 surgeries a day. He talks to you like none, with no compassion. Accountants talk to you with no compassion. I'm like, hey, this is the number. No, but I had to go to the jungles of Shaolin. I almost got shot for that check right. Well, they want their half, Joe. You got to always know you have a partner.
Word.
Be like, no,
Word.
the plane was shaking. It's crazy.
I got to ask about Doghouse, right? Now, in the Doghouse, you say...
You got to put him in the doghouse.
I know, but I want to reverse that. When's the last time you've been in the doghouse in your relationship?
Oh, many a time. Many a time. It's like, sometimes, what's wild is, I live in the projects, right? And it was a 2-bedroom, but the smallest bedrooms, we were stuck in apartment 5E. It's now that I know and my ceilings are so big, the house is so big, we was in each other's face. There was times I wouldn't talk to my father for 3-4 months and walk around the house, could eat my food, because, my father was tough. And, the worst thing you could do is break communication, whether it's your kids, whether it's your wife. And, she'll walk around for 3 months not talking to me. I'm like, oh, man, something got to give. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to go talk to all of, I know how to do this. That's where the politics come in. I got to talk to Terrell. I got to talk to Lauren Reidinger, all her influential friends, and be like, yo, this is terrible. Like, I'm getting played here. That's why you got to put them in the doghouse. That's an ungentrified song.
It's an ungentrified song.
Ain't nobody talking about the doghouse. Your man Chris Rock, it's his favorite song, but of course he lost $40 million in the divorce. Anybody who took that L like that, they want to put him in the doghouse. That's the Doghouse. It's probably my favorite song on the album. That's crazy.
You got Chris on the album. You and Chris got a real close relationship?
Yeah, we cool. We see each other at the games. We big Knick fans. So I was like, yo, bro, I need you. We were at Nas's 50th birthday party, and his speech was so incredible. I said, yo, Chris, man, I never heard nobody say what you said. I said, I need you to say that on my album. He's like, he pulled up, Uber, walked in there, did whatever he had to do. Then he just left like in an Uber, like a normal guy. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Everything got to be, Yup.
How did you feel when the dude from the Dodgers, Hernandez, blamed your performance for the reason the Yankees lost the World Series?
They did you dirty with the mics, man.
I'm not premeditated enough, right? So somebody like a Jay-Z would have thought about, what if we lose? I never thought that. I'm like, yo, it's Yankee Stadium, my
up.
favorite
It's
team,
so
my
good.
whole life. I'm coming out there, this, that. I'm representing justice to Puerto Ricans the night before Trump. So I came out there talking about Puerto Rico. So I'm like, it's up, right? Then they lose. And now, yeah, Fat Joe, you're the jinx. I'm like, yo, bro, they was down too. Like, but the guy, that's me. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with a guy. You know, that's his choice or whatever. I didn't know it was so personal. Like, it could have been the Dodgers. It could have been the Blue Jays. It could have been anybody. Like, we was just, I was celebrating the World Series. They, L.A. sometimes they really take it L.A., New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't look at it like that. I was happy when I seen Ice Cube come out there and kill that. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. I loved the whole experience about it. So him dissing me, it don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I get dissed all the time.
But you perform at Yankee Stadium many times. So, but the audio
I
that night,
practiced 3 times where the music was perfectly fine. First of all, Jesse Collins did it.
Mm-hmm.
Not only Jesse Collins did it, the guy, I don't want to disrespect him, the guy who plays the instruments with the beard.
Questlove?
Not Quest.
Oh.
The other guy, he does everything. He's the biggest. I'm sorry for disrespecting you if I don't know you. You might have to chop it up. The guy who plays the instruments for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had the 2 best guys in the world. So we went through the rehearsal, and it was perfectly fine. And so when it came on, it was a delay in my ear thing, and I'm trying to catch it. They did me. They did me dirty.
You
They
felt
did you
it in
dirty.
the moment. Did you know you were like, oh, shoot.
I'm telling you, I was there. This is Jesse Collins.
I know.
So by the way, you're there from the morning to the night. They
Mm-hmm.
don't even allow you to go home.
Right.
When you deal with Jesse Collins, you're kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
So we went over that 3 times, and it was perfectly fine. And then when the actual thing comes on, it's a delay. I perform every night. It's never a delay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a delay on the Dick Clark special New Year's Eve. I don't know what happened. It was a delay. I'm not making excuses. I perform those same 3 songs every single day. It's not my fault the thing was delayed. I don't know what to tell you. I still enjoyed it.
Would you go back and do it again?
Of course
If
I
they
will.
called you?
Listen, I grew up in the Bronx, and you look young, so this would sound like a cap. But if you Google, the Bronx looked like Ukraine, like people blew up the buildings. I don't know. I'm not responsible for it. But where I grew up, the whole Bronx was flatline. I'm telling you the truth. It looked bombs, right? We played on rubble. We didn't play in parks. We played on buildings that were broken, right? Abandoned buildings. Like I say, the biggest gang in the Bronx was the Stray Dogs. First thing in the morning, 100 stray dogs is out there. And boy, you better stay away from the stray dogs, right? So the only inspiration I had growing up, I'm 5 minutes away from Yankee Stadium, was the Yankee Stadium. They had the light when they had a night game. We would go over there. The Yankees mean everything to me. You know what I'm saying? So to be tapped, and I believe I deserved it. Thank you for sticking up for me. But I believe I deserved to perform there. Yo, this, that. How about they were picking some names from New York that, with no disrespect, there was white guys looking at me in Yankee Stadium like, who's that? And I got anthems.
Oh, I got what
I'm
you're
pretty
saying.
much a superstar. I do Dick Clark. I do stadiums. They were looking at me like, they were waiting for Don't Go Messing with Cotton Eye Joe, and a special crowd out there.
But you're also synonymous with New York. If you think
but
New
if
York
you get one of
hip-hop-
these underground
Absolutely.
rappers, throw this guy, like, he was not gonna do
Who was
better.
the underground they was naming though? Because I only
Whoever.
heard Jadakiss.
They was
the
naming
name.
everybody.
I didn't hear a lot of people. I only really heard 4. It was either Joe, 50, Kiss, or Hope. Those are the names I heard.
Well, those are big names. That's not what I was talking about. Maybe I'm too much into the underground blogs.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. I only saw those 4.
Yeah, they was naming, some underground guys. I'm like, them boys would have been lost in the water. I'm not talking about 50 Cent, Hov, or Jadakiss. But it was an honor.
Especially with LA having Cube, you got to have a New York staple.
That's right.
They got Cube, so
Only
you
makes
need
sense.
a New York staple.
That
From the
boy
Bronx,
did
it
that.
only makes
Today
sense.
was a good day. It's one of the best hip hop.
And it sounded
records.
crystal clear when it came on, too.
was
That's what made me so mad. It sounded crystal clear. Crystal clear.
Once again, whether you want to call it cap or not, I was there all day. I rehearsed 3 times that day. And when I went out there to perform, it was a delay on the joint. It was crazy. I don't know what to tell you. I don't get nervous.
Mm-hmm. Now I want to go back to the album. They don't love you.
They don't love you.
Nobody, it says, what is it? Nobody wins when the family feuds. Don't ask me no questions about Remy and Papoose.
Well, you heard it. Why you asking me questions?
How many times?
No,
I'm not asking you about that. I just want to know how many times have people asked you about that where you had to put that in the song?
A lot. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, family, friends, this, that. And I can't tell you. Don't ask no questions about Remy and Papoose. It's real. Plus, I don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing because you don't ask?
No, I just don't know nothing. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's Halloween. The whole family comes to my house. That's my goddaughter. She runs my house. So she comes in. My goddaughter, you see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you deal with kids with love, they know they're loved. Like, there's nothing she can't do. She just gets up and she runs the whole house. And then she comes to my room. In my room, I have more pictures of her than anybody. So I got like 4 pictures of her. So she brings her cousin to the house. And she's like, yo, come here. Look. Pop got my, her cousin's like, you need another one. I think 5 is better. These kids are funny. So according to me, we good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
When you talk about the world changing, right? Like the metrics for what's successful have changed too. Like it's just not the same. Like ain't no 10 times platinum. It's none of that happens. So what's considered success?
This is music out of love.
Yeah.
If it does great, it does great. I always make money through streaming and see, you got to understand, this ain't a first week thing. Back in the days, it'd be like you sell a first week and they project what you make. It's going to be making money for 20, 30 years. When people pick it up, see, the way the streaming works is if you listen to the album, he listens, she listens. Enough of us listen, that goes as a sale. So we not selling physical copies where people got to stand outside online. You just download it on your phone. And it's just, it keeps making money forever. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted content out there. Tell you the truth, I thought about this question. I retired from hip hop. It's no lie. I was doing shows, TV, whatever. And when Killer Mike won that Grammy, changed the next day. I was in the studio with Dre. I was like, yo.
Wow.
It's like, Dre, Killer Mike, you heard his album? He was like, yo, I got to join on there. I'm like, yo, let's get in the studio. They finally giving them out to the right people. And so I was like, yo, let's get in the studio. Let's work. Let's make this album. So if it wasn't for Killer Mike, I'd have been all the way retired. You know what I'm saying? And I remember getting a call, and not like I get a call every day, but I got a call from Eminem convincing me not to retire when I retired. Joe, you one of the last ones left. You dope. I was like, yo, man, I'm out of here with this. But when Killer Mike won the Grammy, I said, oh. See, I never looked at people jealousy. I always looked at it as inspiration. When somebody gets something, I say, oh, wow, we could get that. Somebody get a fly house, car, this. I'm like, oh, we could get that. These people get money, we could get that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, at this point, it ain't like no amount of money that we can't get. You know what I'm saying? Look at these guys you got on the wall. Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Will Smith. Who's that, Lena Waithe?
You up there?
No, they all rich.
You up there too?
Yeah, I'm up there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm in the
corner.
WIC. I'm in the WIC. I'm in the Section 8 section.
Nah, you got
No.
DMX up there, Big Daddy Kane,
Nori
Charlie
Kane.
Murphy, Jennifer Lewis, Nori, Issa Rae, you right there.
All right, who's the woman right now? Maxine Waters?
No, that's that's Jennifer Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay, God bless.
Yeah, that's Jennifer
Issa
Lewis.
Rae right there?
Yeah.
Nori, of course.
Yeah, they all got money, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be on that type of wall right there. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when you said that Drake and Kendrick beef was over because Kendrick was taking too long?
Yeah, I thought it was over.
That's been the
Little
block.
did I know. All right, so
That
listen.
didn't age
All right,
well.
go ahead. Yeah. Remember you said that? And sometimes people act like my voice ain't powerful. If I'm going to be Conspiracy Joe, he threw that record out right after Fat Joe said that. Next day, that joint was up. Oh, Fat Joe think it's over? It's on. I don't know.
I didn't think it was over. I just said Kendrick was on the clock. I felt the same. I'm like, damn, it's taking a while.
It was taking a while, but
Yeah.
we didn't know he was making chapter 36. The 36 chambers of Wu-Tang.
So
We
you
didn't
the
know he was
reason
going
Drake still
hard.
getting dragged for that song. He heard, so Kendrick heard you, had to drop the song. Now Drake's still getting dragged.
I don't know if he look.
It's crazy because he took a long time, but he finished it in a week. Kendrick finished it in like 4 days.
Listen, guys. Hip hop. We've been battling forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose. And with me, maybe because I'm older, I measure this a whole different way. And this is terrible because this ain't good culturally. But, from where I stand, you know what I'm saying? They both good. That's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? They both good. They both wealthy at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They're both doing great. And I don't know. I don't want to say, they're moving on because then chapter 36 66 might come out. So I don't know.
What did you
I don't
think
know.
of the
You got-
lawsuit?
I was
What
gonna
did
say
you
you
think
got
of the
law-
lawsuit? What did you think of the
Well, it's
lawsuit?
not a lawsuit.
really-
He's filing a petition.
Or
I
filing
don't
a
have
petition?
no comment on that. You know what I'm saying?
You've been standing by that no comment.
Huh?
I said this is the second time I heard you say that no comment.
Because I really don't have a comment because, like I said, I'm morally right. I'm loyalty. You know what I'm saying? I just, I got to no comment that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the lawsuit?
I thought that the timing was horrible for Drake. I thought that the timing made him look like a simp. I thought that
A simp.
Yes.
Goddamn.
I thought that I
How you gonna
understood.
simp him like that?
I'm just telling the
I ain't
truth.
got nothing to do with
I
no
thought
girl, but
I thought that I understood though the business side of it. If that conversation is true, there's arguments that it's not.
What do you think about the lawsuit?
I think it was bad timing.
You think bad time? You think
Bad
if he
time.
would have did it on a great time?
No,
it
I'm-
still
There's no
was
good
good
time for him
idea?
after Not Like Us, though.
It would have been good timing, but not after he just released his album and everybody's talking about the Super Bowl. They're talking about it too much. And anything he does, he could say it's not towards Kendrick, it's against UMG. People are gonna put it towards Kendrick. It's gonna make him look crazy. I think if he wanted to do it, I think do it later on. And I think he needs to come back with an album where he's rapping. Like no singing, no album with party, just rap.
I think he
and
should
everything
just
he
chill.
feels, put in his lyrics.
You think that's
I
it?
think he should just chill. No, because I feel like
Chill or retirement?
No,
What
not
are you
retirement.
saying?
Not retirement. Chill, just like give it a beat because I feel like I like Drake, but I think timing is always it's going to be horrible for him for a little bit. Let us get through the Super Bowl.
Drake still gets
the
busy,
Grammys.
man. He still gets busy.
I'm just
Let him rap.
He's Drake.
Let him
but
rap.
No.
I mean, I think whenever you're a multi-billion-dollar entity, you're going to have a problem with somebody labeling you a pedophile or some type of sexual offender. So I don't have no problem with that. But the problem I have is him challenging a system that he's benefited from. Like all of those performance-enhancing drugs the label gave the song or whatever, Drake, you benefited from that your whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the issue I got. It's like you telling on yourself. You cut your own legs out from under you.
You turned it on us. Now it's your turn.
No, I said I had no comment. But what I'm saying to you is sometimes the artists, see what happens with record labels, let me just talk generically, what happens with major record labels, to be honest with you, because I'm independent 15, 16 years, is a lot of times these artists don't know how these records are getting played. A lot of they don't know the workings. They don't even want to do an interview. They don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know how these records are getting promoted. They don't know what's being done to make you the hottest in the world. But, that's why I can't give no comment because to me, a rap battle is a rap battle. You move on. You know what I'm saying? So
Anything should be able to go in a rap battle for the most
everything
part.
has been able to go.
Yes.
Fat Joe has been a fat fuck, elephant in the room, my wife on the disc cover, my dick, like, hip hop is
Yeah.
it's terrible once you go in the yard. I think J. Cole knew this. I think he just said, "Oh, this too nasty for my liking. Let me just bow out gracefully." And it depends. Like, who wants 50 Cent on their ass? Like 50 Cent on you? It's a terrible day. Like, oh my God! Like I dealt with that for 7 years.
But y'all made it look good. One of my favorite moments is the MTV Awards when you went on stage and you was like, I feel so comfortable here because
Yeah,
of
it was
all of the police security, courtesy of 50 Cent and G Unit. That was fantastic.
Yeah, the jails rang off with that. The jails, I was big in the jails. You know what I'm saying? But, thank God, but at the end of the day, we talking about two brothers that are wealthy. I really want to say they're not rich guys. They're wealthy. They love their families. We love them both as artists. There's no question about that. And maybe, everybody moves on. I don't know. It's not my business. Last time I said that, the guy dropped 36 chambers. So I'm minding my business.
When people say things like, yo, you think Drake and Kendrick will ever be cool? I'm like, well, 50 and Joe are cool. Nas and Jay are cool.
They could be cool. When time dies down.
I think time will go.
When time dies down,
timing.
they could be cool. They could get money together. Who knows what the future? We don't know about the future. But the world changed on me. You know what I'm saying? So the future's not.
The more the world changes on you, Joe, the older you get, the more death happens around you. Do you ever feel like you want to reach out to like old homies and like bury the hatchet?
No. And so I need them niggas away from me far. I need them away from me, man. My thing is, and it's crazy because I looked at this one interview I did recently, right? So just like you looked at, when I go somewhere, I look at the old interviews I did here. Or if I'm going on Math Hoffa, I look at the old interview I did with them, or Drink Champs or whatever. So I looked at one interview where I was just saying, we really stick by morals and loyalty all the way down to my mother, bro. I swear to God. We did my brother was Kingpin, right? He was the boss. I was number 2 when we was in the streets. In his funeral, the whole back was either former or Kingpins now. The whole back. Anybody you ever heard a name of in the streets driving Lamborghinis and this and throwing the biggest, the whole back. You can't be a rat and get them people to come to your funeral. You can't be a sucker. You can't be immoral. You can't be not living by the code. So my thing is, we choose it. Listen, Breakfast Club is a great concept and it wins. You might go solo and it don't work. You might say, yo, I'm the star. I'm Lauryn Hill. I'm this. You might go solo. It don't work. We love you all together. So every now and then you got people who want to be excommunicados. They want to be like they think they could do it. And then once they do it and you step over here and you do it with disrespect, can't come back. That's how we work. And guess what? The guys who stood, they're all rich. In fact, they're filthy rich, these people. These guys, everybody who stood is rich. Everybody's just, if it's about monetary, everybody's good. It's just about you chose the wrong path. And once you choose the wrong path, you can't come back. It's sorry for you. Sometimes when somebody does something stupid, we like, man, you went there. Like, me, when you got Fat Joe loving you, there's nothing he won't do for you. And so, to lose that on this earth, there's so many fake people, fake friends, disloyal people. I won't disrespect none of my team for money. I won't disrespect my man's wife. I won't do none of that. Like when you got a guy like that who's solid with you and you go the other way, it's like, it tells a lot about you.
Now you said The World Changed on Me is the album that comes out this Friday. And when you talk about the world changing, what are the things in the world that you're like, there's no way, there's no morals, there's none of that, the things that you just said?
That's hard to say with a title like that. How are you Latino and you vote for Donald Trump? When they say Puerto Rico's a dump, a garbage, a trash, a this. See, the thing about Puerto Ricans is they do it to me, like to me. And if you ask me, I think I'm king of the English-speaking Puerto Ricans. I tell you the truth. And every time I go, my nephew, he was born in Puerto Rico. He says, yo, when I go over there and I'll go vacation or something, he says, yo, you went to my island. You went to my island. Mine. My island. Every Puerto Rican, that girl right there tell you, my island. They really think they own something over there, right? And the man disrespect your island. And you talk about that's your president, this and that, and you go vote for him. It's disgusting. The world changed on me. Where's your morals? Where's your pride? That was the conversation I had. That's all I could say. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so many different, I don't want to take it political, but it's just so many ways that this world is changing that I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things happen in this world where there's a horse and buggy. Like, I feel like the horse and buggy just got turned into the car, or the dial phone became a cell. I'm confused. So I sit back and I be like, damn, this everything weird right now. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I just try to stay to the number. You know, the mayor is indicted. Police commissioners, in one day, like this is not crazy to you guys?
It's like an episode of Power.
Question to you though, because as like a person that like really feels like your family in Puerto Rico.
Shout out the mayor. I stand by the mayor. Guy.
Your family in Puerto Rico, that's like, this is my island, right? And
not even in Puerto Rico, here.
Here, wherever.
Your friend, if you went to vacation tomorrow to Puerto
They
Rico,
already like that.
your best friend would be like, my island.
And they tell you
all
where
right,
to
well,
go.
your island is garbage according to these guys that you just voted for.
My question to you is though, right? Like, not even just with like people that are Puerto Rican, but just people in general that are from where you from, went through what you went through. You said you are like you're a hip hop politician. You're for the people. You were working on lowering the marijuana penalties with Kamala's team. You wouldn't go across the aisle and work with Trump on that because your people need that?
I personally think I will never work with Donald Trump. Just me. I don't care what the glory is, what the thing is. I don't care. You know, I've been fighting for healthcare price transparency, going to Washington for years, this, that. If he passed the law, I don't even think I could stand behind him and just be like, okay, he passed the law. I've been fighting for it for 10 years. Just my personal opinion. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you fight for the healthcare so strong? Is it a family member that went through something? Because you've been on it for a long time.
Man, let me tell you something, man. It's a lot of families out there hurting, getting denied health coverage, don't know what they paying. You know, when you see people limping across the street, they know they got to go to the doctor. They scared to go in there and get the bill, right? And so many people, you know, you got people who paid insurance for 10, 20 years and then they get denied the coverage, you know? And so this is where you see this dynamic. So it's over 100 million Americans that are in healthcare debt. And so, you know, according to the census, ain't but 300 million Americans. So 1 out of every 3 people owes money to the hospitals. And these guys is just running it up. You know, I do not condone the man getting killed the other day. That's not what I'm saying, guys. I'm saying, you know, I'm not with nobody. But, you know, a lot of people hurting out there. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's why I talk on behalf of that. But just so that you know, if the man come right now and pass the law, I'm not standing behind him. I'm not, even if that's what I really want. I've been fighting for that for 5-6 years. Going to, you know, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
When you go in the studio now and you do albums like The World Changed on Me, what do you take from Big Pun?
I just think I'm the best. Let's just talk about that. Skillful, I'm the best. So you could do whatever you want. Everybody quietly, you listen to my album, you listen to anybody else album, and you just see who's the best. And so what I say is, I'm alive. Give me my flowers now. Why I gotta die? Why the game gotta die? Why Uncle Luke gotta die? Why didn't they tell him the truth?
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Guys ain't moving like we moving. Like, stop acting like that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to give it up. Like, you know, so I just feel like I'm the best. Like, I'm being honest with you. I'm so proud of this album. I feel like I'm the best.
Do you take Pun with you in the studio?
And there was a one time, I got that for you. Whenever I'm with Remy, I feel him in the studio. When me and Remy work together, he's there. You know, other than that, I take everybody in the studio with me. I take KRS, I take Rakim, I take Outkast, I take P.D. Pablo, I take everybody in the studio with me. Rick Ross, I take everybody in the studio with me. And there's so much knowledge here, you know, of music that, you know, I go in there and I start creating. I start hitting different flows. I start picking different kind of music and everything. You know, I'm the best. Go get it.
I wanted to ask you about Nas too, because you said Killer Mike inspired you when he won a Grammy. Nas didn't inspire you when he won one? For what was it? Magic? It was one of the Magic projects.
That's a crazy question, but yeah, I guess so. But
because he won one later in his career.
Yeah.
Last couple of years, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you guys are crazy. You know, Nas is Illmatic. Mm-hmm. Nas should have had 20 Grammys.
Word.
It should have been just stopped it and said, yo, Lifetime Achievement Award, Nas. Like, because the album Nas won with, we don't compare that to Illmatic and Stillmatic or nothing like that. He should have been won it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when they gave it to him, it was almost like, we've been fronting on this guy for 20 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and so, you know, I felt he should have had 20 Grammys. It's crazy when you know, the Grammy is crazy too. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So it's like, you know, thank God they starting to embrace hip hop culture. You know, Pete Rock and Common got nominated. A bunch of guys got nominated. I actually love that album. But you know, they catching up. You know what I'm saying?
Now you mentioned Remy, right? She's on the Us record. When is Remy gonna get back in the studio? And how did
she got a whole album? I don't know if it was for her to say it, but she ready.
Right. And how did you get Remy from? Because usually Remy deboes you and gets on every record that she wants, right? And I seen her. I seen at the Giants game. I didn't know she was a Philadelphia Eagles fan, by the way, but I didn't know that. But she is, and I had to sit next to her the whole game, which was a problem. But anyway. But I'm sitting.
Joe's like, "Where's your pride? Where's your pride?
Where's your pride?"
But sitting next to her, it seems like she loves motherhood so much. We sat there for 2 hours talking about our kids. Yeah. I was like, damn, I don't know if Remy wants to do any more records.
What time is it? It's still early, right?
10:03.
She's doing the girl hair right now, getting her for school, picking out the outfit. My goddaughter's arguing with her. She don't want to wear what she want to wear. She play like beautician with her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Lil Lonnie too, so they get ready to go to school. Like, she's a real mother. Hands on.
Like trunk or treat mother, like decorating the trunk. Remy Ma.
My thing is, you know, I had told her since the baby was born, I was like, yo, you know, get a nanny so that the baby, you can move. Like, you're a rap superstar. And she refused. And I kept, every time, bro, let's sit down, let's talk. I'm like, I write it down and then I'll be like, nanny, with a circle. She'll be like, nah, I'm not leaving my daughter with nobody. And then if you ain't family, like family, she ain't leaving that girl with nobody. And so I'm like, yo, this is what the rich people do. This is how you get rich. Get a nanny. Go do. She's like, nah, I'm with my daughter. So, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. She's a real mother, hands on.
But the music is gonna be just chilling till the nanny happens, because she can't move around.
No, she got music. Remy Ma is locked and loaded, ready to go. Video shot, all type of stuff.
So what's the wait?
You gotta ask her. You know what I'm saying? She's ready. She got a whole album ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's on her when she start dropping music, and it's fire.
Yeah, when you released the Out of Control record, right? Mm-hmm. Remy was spitting crazy on that. That's not on this album. Was that on her album, or was that just to feed the street?
No, that was just a joint on the album. And then I was like, you know what? You know, if I have my way, well, Paradise is number 10 rhythmic record in the United States right now. Mm-hmm. I dropped another single with Babyface, number 1 most added record. So we actually moving, right?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Huh? I got you.
Yeah.
With Babyface, the living legend, right? But my thing is, right, if I could take that off the album, I would too. Because I just want you to hear a whole new, fresh album. That's how I feel. I want everybody to hear a whole new, fresh album. Something they ain't hear. When they get it, they're like, whoa. Because I remember, you know, I'm a CD, cassette tape. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember listening to Illmatic in the cassette for the first time. You know, I'm one of those. So when I make music, I'm thinking hip-hop heads, well, they'll be older now, but they sit in the car, they're about to drive somewhere, and they throw that music on. Well, now they'll stream it, But I want them to hear it brand new. This is the intro. This is the this is the that. Yo, he's spitting. Yo, we talking about this. The girls got everything they want. The guys got everything they want. Bars, beats. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cool and Dre. Shout out to Street Runner. Shout out to Don Cannon. Everybody that worked on the album. You know, I got a crazy white boy on the album, Tug of War. You know, he from UK. He from the projects in the UK. Outside with him. No, I love him off
the
of
Bad
Insta.
Mind record.
Yeah, so I see him on Instagram all the time. I hit him up and was like, yo, I want to put you on the album. We got Ty Dolla on the album, Babyface, Remy, Tone Sunshine.
Would you sign new artists now, Joe?
I'm done. I'll put out.
You and Rich was like, both in the back like, nah.
Why, the headache? Or
Headaches.
It's just a lot, right?
First of all, chances of an artist now or anytime being loyal are close to none. And so you take somebody. All right, so God gives you, I don't know if you know my story. I'm from the projects for real.
I know it.
From the real projects. Sleeping on the floor because we didn't have AC. It was too hot outside in the summer. I sleep on the floor. If I got through, I wipe my ass with newspaper. I'm from there, right? So to have a miracle, God say, you're blessed. We're going to give you a chance. Look, you're famous now. You got money. And you say, you know what? I'm going to bring some people with me. I'm going to bring some people out the hood with me, and I'm going to give them an opportunity. These guys got nothing. They have no way of getting to Def Jam anybody. You give them a chance, then they become millionaires, and immediately the cannons get like this. It goes from, yo, loyal, this for life, this, and the cannons go at you. And they say, you know, I'm a boss now. I don't want to be signed to you. I don't want to this. I'm not talking about my experience. I'm talking about everybody's experience in hip hop.
Yeah.
For me, it left a bad taste. That's why I always say I could have signed Rick Ross. I could have signed Pitbull. I could have signed Eminem. I could have said, it was just at a time where I was just like, yo, you know what? Just do you. And I'm a hit maker, which is hard to do. You know what I'm saying? I watch moguls give hits away to artists that turned around and returned fire and said, yo, you never did nothing for me. You ain't this and that. So it's like, yo, you know, you think I'm dealing with that at this day and age? I'm not dealing with that. Now, if somebody, let's say Steve Stout, or somebody came with the super bag and said, yo, you can run this, I might run it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I never turned down a good bag. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. But artists, no way.
It's just crazy because even with your album title, The World Changed, I mean, and to hear you say that, when I listen to your interviews, you always tell stories of times where, like, y'all had, like, the cliques, like Irv Gotti, like 50 Cent G Unit. Like, it seemed like everybody was together, but there is times that makes you be like, I don't even want to bring people with me because there was a lot of other stuff happening, too.
Well, I'm just telling you my experience.
Yeah.
When you look at somebody you took from nothing and they become a millionaire and they popping and they talking crazy about you, it's see, betrayal. This is the thinker here. He's always talking about mental health. But betrayal, from the smallest to the biggest, it's the worst feeling in the world, betrayal. And so when you give people the opportunity to become millionaires, and like, you never did nothing for me, you this, that. I'm like, man, you couldn't even wash my shoes. You couldn't wash my socks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't wear my shoes. You can't wash my socks. You serious? And that happens in the hip hop game. I don't want to feel that no more.
I feel it.
So I'm like, you know, I'm good. Let me just work. You know, and also,
so you got your heart broke before, Joe?
Devastated. A couple of times. When you sit there and you just like, wow, they made moves like that. And, you know, when my whole thing is based on loyalty, my whole thing is based on, you know, we better together. We stronger together. You know, and then you defect and they defect and this, that shit is horrible to me. I'm telling you what hurts me. And I've seen it a million times in hip hop. It's just the way it is. So for me to invest, it's a big pun. Big pun. All right, so Fat Joe is, I can't explain it to you now who the young guys are, right? But You see, French Montana put out a record, Gangsta, Shorty, Then he made another move and put out Pop That with Drake, Rick Ross, this. So you see the evolution, right? So Fat Joe was on that projection as a rapper, like one of the first Latino rappers that was going, right? So I put out one album. I met Big Pun the last day of my second album. I put him on the album immediately. I stopped my career. I was at my Pop That. I had the Who Shot You? Who you think you talking to with Foxy Brown and LL? I was on my projection. Turn around, meet this guy. Was blown away and said, let me stop my career.
And where'd you meet Pun for people that don't know?
In the bodega, outside the bodega around my projects. See, the world changed on me too at that time. Like nobody told me, yo, you're a rap star now. So I'm still in the projects every day, hanging out with them, thinking this is all I know. Right? So I live in Jersey, Edgewater, but I'm coming to project every day. So I meet him at the bodegas. So I stopped.
Is he Big Pun at the time or was he Slim?
He's Big Pun. He ain't super Big Pun.
Right.
He ain't the chicken Big Mac, but you know.
Chicken Big Mac.
Nah, the
chicken Big Mac is crazy. That shouldn't even be made.
Yo, the chicken Big. You tasted one?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh my God, the
That's
chicken Big Mac is legend out here, man. Yo, you better try the chicken Big Mac.
Salute to Kai Sinat. That's
holy. Yo, when you try the chicken Big Mac,
I thought you was eating better.
I know I am, but somebody put me. We went to the store one day. I said, yo, I want to be fat, so I gave the guy $100. I said, just buy some unhealthy stuff, and they came back with that chicken Big Mac. I started eating my fingers like, oh my God, this is illegal. Yo, the chicken Big Mac. No, it's illegal, by the way. So I go. So in any case, we get with Steve Rifkin, my mentor. We sign Pun, and I use every juice of my projection on his album. You got to understand, they didn't even know him. So I got to get Wyclef, after he sold 30 million records with the Fugees, to get and do a song with Big Pun.
Hard, classic.
Joe the singer, who had just sold 600,000 records first week. I got to go to Kedar Massenberry and say, I have an artist. They're like, yo, you barely blew up. Like you an artist. And Joe shows up. So you use all these elements to help somebody else. Then they blow up, and then, you know, even though me and Pun, we never had an argument in our life, but, you know, you see where that went after that, where you just like, you know what I'm saying? And did you see something you created, something you did that you can't really maneuver the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fat Joe owned Big Pun stuff, it would have been already movies out. TV episodes, this, that, it would have been all that. If everything was right in the blessing. So that's part of, like, you know what I'm saying? You look at that, you go, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So me, I just stick to myself, work hard.
You got a phenomenal track record, though. I mean, because without Pun, you don't get Remy, you got the Khaleds, the Cool and Dre's. Like, you know, you got a phenomenal
I got the
track record.
Yeah.
Tony Sunshine, like, I think Tony's phenomenal, you know.
Yeah, Tony should have blew. You know, he's the only one, he's the only one that, you know, I feel like I let down. Like, even though I had Kelly writing the music, T-Pain, these guys are the biggest songwriters in the world. It just, I don't think the world was ready to hear Tony at that time. You know, he was,
if it would have been now,
he was a Spanish kid doing black music.
Right,
It'd have been now, he'd have been disgusted, but he's still fly. And he's with us. And he's loyal, and he will always be with us. So that means whenever you see how big Joe's going and how big he's going, just know Tony Sunshine's
right
smiling too.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He with us. He looks amazing. He's fly to death every day. You know, we've been to so many funerals. Now I think that's the new Club Live, because Tone come in with a new fur every funeral. Look, I'm like, yo, you styling in the funerals? Like, what you doing out here? Like, you know, Tone crazy, but I love Tone.
I got two questions for you. Big pun. You said if you had owned everything, there would have been stuff out. I know that was like a long dispute. It's all done now, but that's not ever. There's no way that stuff is going to happen. We're going to see any of that ever. Still at this point.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes it's almost like you and you dealing with a guy. No matter how much you love the guy, he hurt you so bad that you know there's always that element that if you open that door, you'll get hurt again. And so once you got that closure, you just like,
I'm good.
I'm all right.
Got you. And
What's
then,
the other question?
Irv, have you talked to Irv Gotti?
Nah, but I love Irv, and I think about Irv, and I pray for Irv every day because when we talk about loyalty and morals, you know, the guy took care of me when, you know, it was a time I really needed him. So I super love Irv. I'm actually a business partner with Chris in the basketball app. And so we've been, you know, he gets me to all these hood games, you know, because Chris Gotti's so passionate about street ball. So that Clash TV, you know, we're partners, you know. And with Irv, I never, ever, once again, and I know I sound like a sucker every time his name comes up, because I do. Because I look at the interviews and I be like, damn, Joe, you like a sucker when it comes to this guy. But it's just
people you love, though.
I love him so much. But I really meant no harm and take anything away from him. I was just defending a girl that I consider my sister, that I call her my sister every day. To this day, she hits me up every day. You know, the baby's beautiful, this and this and that. So it is what it is.
Well, that just sparked the third question.
What's that?
Because they were saying that Shanti is having another baby. Is that happening?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't put it past it. That's the problem. I think I got lied to. When I heard the information like you, I went straight to the first time. I don't know if I'm being lied to. She might think I got a big mouth and I'll say something. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Jopra, I was gonna say.
You want to know what's going on? I got the breaking news. I don't have the breaking news. So what? You know, when they I don't know if I got the correct answer.
And we do season 2 of Jopra? Or Fat Joe Speaks?
Yeah, Fat Joe Talks.
Fat Joe Talks?
Yes. We doing it. We start again in like, I think March, shooting, probably February, March. And you know what, TV, you know, it's a serious thing. It's like, you know, you got to shout out to Stars for supporting the vision. But, you know, we got to, I love what we did. Everything we do is positive. Everything's uplifting the people. When you could take a guy like Khaled, who came for nothing, and do an interview in front of a G6 500 to show little brown and black kids that everything's possible. When I see you stunt, I don't get jealous. I'm not that guy. I see young kids from Queens and all over the country seeing that you got it and they could get it. That's what this whole show is about. Inspiration. So every now and then, you know, you gotta, you know, these are different type of people, so you gotta pull them to the side and be like, no, we're doing this. Like this, you know. And thank God they let me do it. But everything's about positivity. But, you know, this next season, I'm fighting to put, you know, everybody we got on there is icons. Mary J. Blige, this, Method Man. So, but I want to bring a little bit more streeter icons on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you deal with TV,
like real street legends.
I'm not like that. But when you bring, you know, I want Young Thug on my show. I want to talk that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it's like when you deal with TV, it's like, yeah, they be like, I didn't know that.
That's kind of what you was doing when you had that show where they had to come down into like that. It looked like a cave. What was that called?
Yeah. That's Coca Vision. That's on Tidal. It's free too. That's where I had 6ix9ine that time. You know what I'm saying? I had everybody, but you could talk freely and do whatever. You know, TV's a different type of thing. But so far, I've stood to everything I always said I would do. TV show is Maverick, LeBron, Fat Joe, Black and Brown. I have a series coming out with the Terrero brothers, Dominican, Yuli and Jesse, and Kenya Barris, Black and Brown. I went to Hollywood, and most people let them people do what they want with them. I can't do that.
That's the one based off your book?
Huh?
That's the one based off your book?
Yeah, the one based off
Okay,
the book.
okay.
So, but my thing is, I stand by what I say, and I go out there and I do it. And you know me, I've been praised and I've been let down, and all I know how to do is to keep moving forward, and keep going for the prize and going for the legacy. And we pretty good at that.
Last question for me.
Mm-hmm.
The most influential rapper in hip hop history. Who is that?
Why you asking me that?
I'll tell you why after you
I'll
answer.
tell you who I think. I think it's Biggie Smalls
Over LL.
over LL.
Why?
Because there's nobody like B.I.G. I mean, he changed the whole game. He turned this game, like you had to be there, Envy, to go to his shows, and the picket signs was outside, and people were like, you know, it was around that bad boy time. It was an experience that I've never experienced before. Now, my idol is LL Cool J. Is he correct? Yes, he's correct. I think he should have just told me and let me say it. Because that's what they mad at. They mad at when you say it yourself.
But I think
wrong,
it is
though.
LL, though. I think it is
No,
LL.
he ain't wrong.
But he's changed the game in every decade.
He's the prototype for the
Talking
modern day hip hop
about
superstar.
my idol.
Okay, so
You talking about the wrong guy.
Mhm.
I don't disagree with you. I think he is the most important rapper in the thing.
I do.
But now if you asking me personally, like we always love it. You talking to the wrong guy. I'm a sucker for LL Cool J. So I know what you talking about.
Mhm.
But as a whole of hip hop, I never seen nothing like B.I.G. I'm just gonna keep it real with
What's
you.
that album with y'all? Or that
Huh?
music? What's that music that you and Big
I
got?
don't know, man. I don't know. Nowadays they say it's cap. I don't know what to tell you, man. All I know is I say shit, and all my shit is real.
Who got the music?
it coming out?
I don't know. It never coming out. But when I say shit is real, I don't care who, whatever. Know what I'm saying? And what people got to understand is that I'm so accomplished. I have anthems. I have money. I'm a superstar. I have a great family. I have a this. I got whatever I want. I got a team. I ain't got the cap. When I talk, I mean it. And it'll be, you know, there's always something that's certified, right? I told a story on $1 Million Worth of Game the other day. I don't even know if the style is to just say cap, cap, cap. So I told a story,
Oh, 'cause you don't got the
simple
pictures
story.
or something like that. I was
That was
watching.
many years ago. I told him my first show was in Camden, New Jersey. Kobe Kobe booked me for the show Flojo.
Mhm.
I'm so poor. He puts me in a nice hotel. I stay Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He had to come knock on the door and say, yo, you don't live here, Joe. You got to go. I'm like, yo, but these guys got toilet paper. they got nice TV with color. Like, I don't want to leave, right? But I had to go. And so they put the clip up, and I'm just seeing 100 cap. Kobe Cole goes on his Instagram. True story. Boom. It's the craziest thing. If I tell you that I'm the guy who orchestrated Bone and Biggie, Bone and Biggie, I did it. Somebody will come co-sign. When I tell you stuff that you just can't possibly believe. If I tell you that Tupac was having trouble in the New York City jail, this Tupac Shakur, by the way, to me, the realest rapper ever in the history of rap music. But he had a problem and he called Fat Joe. I'm sorry, it really happened. But I did not tell, everybody think I tell every story. I did not tell a story. I got a story to tell, right? So I did not tell a story. And Musa from the Outsiders, one day he's getting interviewed and he's like, yo, Fat Joe never tells this story, but let me tell you what Tupac told me. He had problems. Fat Joe sent the Puerto Ricans. They held him down. He was, you know, everything I say is backed up. So there's a girl that I promised never to say this story, right? But him, maybe like 3 of my friends know, right? And so when I was a kid, I was 10 years old. I'm gonna give you a real cap, right? I'm 10 years old. I'm in the house minding my business in the projects, and I'm making some food. I don't know why. I don't know how to cook. So I got a machete. I hear a girl scream. I open the door. and it's a girl I know from my building. She's Jehovah's Witness. She has a dress on. She's covering her private parts. Like a movie, the apples, the oranges is on the floor, the bread. And it's a dude standing over, it's like 7 feet tall, fresh out of jail. He had a tank top, not even a cut-up shirt, cock diesel or something. I run down on the guy. I give it to him, 10 years old. Ha! Now, I know if you're a coward, you don't believe this story, you don't understand it, you might have called 911, screamed. No, I gave it to him, 10 years old, just a fat, little chubby kid. He runs around the corner, and in my projects, both sides have stairways to go down. He wasn't from there because he overran it. So now he's stuck in the corner holding his arm.
You cut him with the machete.
I hit him on the other side. Ha! Oh, this guy's like, but he's a grown man, 7 feet tall. He realizes, oh, this is just a fat little kid, 10 years. He jumps at me. I jump, scared to death, all the way back. He runs down the stairs, thank God. But when I come back around, this girl was the most decent girl, probably in my whole project, right? She begged me, because, her family was so strict to not tell a story. So I never told a story. I was going to tell a story in my book. But at my brother's funeral, she shows up.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen her in 30 years.
Wow.
And in the middle of, in the middle of the funeral, she says, Joey saved my life. He saved my life. A guy was trying to rape me, this, that. Joey came out with the machete. He saved my life. Now, I be like, sometimes I say stories that I think I'm capping.
No, I believe the story. I just think when you say he's 7 feet tall, I'm like, okay.
Oh, no, this
Joe.
guy's cock diesel. Oh. All right, let me tell you, there's a distinctive look, if you're from the hood, of a guy who just came out of jail. He just came out of jail. I don't know his story, but he was fresh. First day out of jail, probably. He's raping a girl immediately, right? So when I hear it, I'm like, I gotta stop her. I'm like, yo, Rich, the story, yo. I told you. But I never told the story because she asked me not to tell the story. I put it in my book.
Book is a classic, by the way.
No. I put it in my book. Asked Shaheem Reed, and last minute I said, you know what? Because I haven't seen her in 30-some years, 40 years. I said, you know what? She might be alive with a family, and I'm violating. So I took it out the book. She comes in the funeral. Miss Ruby, Joey saved my life. I said, huh? She saw, and then the guys from my building, because, my whole projects was with me at the funeral. AJ, Mark Lowe, thank everybody, Ronald and Donald, everybody who came out, the whole hood. They're like, yo, we ain't never hear this story. They from my building. They was like, yo, we never heard it. I was like, machete, 10 years old.
So Yayo wasn't lying.
Both sides.
Yayo was not lying.
Listen, let's not start that because I got a little beef, inner beef with my crew because I said on an interview that I'll trade Yayo for Rich Player to God. People were in their feelings.
What did you mean by that?
Yeah, because
Rich is solid as they come.
Every time I see you, I see him.
I don't mean it. I
don't mean to take it back.
I take it back. But, Rich the most loyal. But, I was just trying to explain how loyal that guy is to his man.
And we know you ain't trading Rich for nothing.
No, I ain't trading Rich.
We know you ain't trading
Rich. Rich got, Rich got all the secrets, everything, you know what I'm saying? Rich is something else, you know what I'm saying? He don't give me credit for nothing, but it is what it is,
Well, the album is out this Friday.
When we talk about Rich Player, I feel like with Jay-Z in New York, he says, I made you hot, OG1. Like, I'm like, yo, Rich, I made you hot. He's like, fuck that. I've been the man,
Rich know everybody and everything that goes on. Everything.
Listen, what Rich is a legend, not only in the streets of New York, but in Miami. He saved so many kids.
Yeah.
How many players you sent to the NFL coaching?
12.
I'm good in Miami because a Rich Player, he coached the whole hood. One day he calls me. He's like, mother. He's flipping. I'm in like Vegas. at a show. He's like, I'm going to your house now. I said, what happened? He said, Ryan is throwing a party. The whole hood is in your house. The whole football team. Like, I'm like, what? Everybody's headed to your house. The whole Carroll City. He gets over there. They all running, jumping over to Coach Rich. They jumping over the gate, running out my house. You know what I'm saying? So Rich is really, you come on this earth once, right? And it ain't, it's cool to dress fly, have fly stuff. It's about how you help the people. And so what I love the most about Rich is that he changed these people's lives. They in the NFL. They still call him Coach Rich, this, that. Now, same thing with us. We just constantly helping people. You would not believe how many people we help every day or every week. Every day they got a funeral. Every day somebody's house gets burnt down. Every day this. And for some reason they know how to find me. Yo, Joe, you know Miss such and such, she passed away. I might have paid 100 funerals, maybe even more in my hood. And so we do this all the time. You know, Thanksgiving, we give 5,000 families groceries. We're not giving them a turkey. What's good is a turkey if you ain't got the mash, you ain't got the rice, you ain't got the mac and cheese, you ain't got the produce. No, we give everything. You know, shout out to Crasdale, ShopRite, everybody, Goya. And so, you know, we just constantly give back to our community. And I love Rich for that. And anybody who does that, in the smallest to the biggest scale.
Absolutely.
That's what it gets you the least likes, but it's quality over quantity. But when I see that, that's what touches my heart. That's what motivates me. When I see Queen of Harlem giving out toys to all them kids. By the way, if you don't know, I know. I'm saying I see Jim Jones doing coat drives. By the way, Jim, if you don't know, I know. And I watch everybody, a Big U out in, where's Big U from? Compton?
Watts. Rolling 60.
All right, we ain't got to say the gang. We just say the hood, bro.
That's the hood.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah.
Rolling 60s. He's constantly giving stuff back. Anybody who's giving out, who's giving back to the people, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, and guess what? I ain't the only one watching you. People who think like-minded, they watching you. When we gave $2 million to the African Muslims in the Bronx, 17 of them died in the fire. We raised $2 million. Homeboy from Twitter, Jack, I don't know who the hell Jack is. They hit me up, yo, Jack wants to donate. I'm like, who the hell's Jack? They're like, you know, the guy who owns Twitter? He gave a big check. There's people like-minded that love when you're giving back to the community. I mean, what's it about? So at the end of the day, if you don't give back to your hood, you don't change lives, you don't motivate people, you don't inspire people.
I was at the I was at the gumbo wedding, and Mel, I don't know if y'all remember this, Melba introduced me to you, and she talked to me for 30 minutes about that with you guys. She was like, I don't know if you know, I know you work in media and you do the stories, but this is what you should be talking about. And all she talked about was what you guys do, and like, you know, because she does a lot of stuff too, and she was like, I can call him, no problem. He's always around, like anything I need, both of them. And I was like, oh, that's like fire, because you hear it in like the clicks with like the big stuff, but you don't hear it like the way she was telling me. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like he's really like around.
Joe and Rich always into their phone.
We available for the community at all times. Black, brown, if you're white and you poor, we'll feed you too. We'll do whatever. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is a non-discriminational. We hand it out to everybody.
Well, let's play something off the album so Joe can keep getting this money so he can keep helping the community.
Yeah, please get me a stream.
What you gonna play?
Well, you might as well just play the baby fat.
I got you.
I got you.
Let's do it.
And you could throw the Arce if you could sneak another one in there.
Why not?
I ain't mad.
Fat Joe, the album comes out this Friday. Make sure you get it. And it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.